Hey everybody, this is Dustin and Gino, your specialist. So Gino's over here, and you can see before he starts whacking on this guy, you can see how the leaf springs had shifted and have moved inside where they're fanned out. Now they're pinned, but even though it's pinned in place with the clip, a lot of times people will come in and they'll have those little metal thin clips that don't have a rivet style in them, and they're fell off and they're floating around on the spring, and people will say, hey, what's going on? Well, it's because basically either you got too rough of roads or you're turning too tart. You're moving those wheels and you're moving all that whole suspension like a snake and moving it way too tight. So this one, he just put the new bushings in. He knocked the springs back flat, and that's what he's getting ready to do right now. He's cleaning out the bushing itself, and then he's going to go ahead and put the new bushings in on it, and then he's going to go ahead and straighten out these leaf springs. And so if you didn't already know Gino, this is Gino. He does a ton of the suspension work. Oops, there he goes. Yeah, look at all the rust that came out of those too, just in the dust.
Oh yeah, who needs coffee in the morning?
And so again, he's correcting where it was fanned out. And again, that's again from too hard a turning. Now, if you're turning that hard and you're causing these springs to shift, there's basically a bolt in here that's bolted all the way through with a nut. And so if you turn too hard, not only do you take in risk of damaging these keepers, and there's some that are a different version that are the metal bands that actually lock, that are real thin like sheet metal. Those were always floating around on them. And so those are to prevent it from fanning. So when it does fan like this, there's just the only indication that, hey, you're taking all the two axles of the suspension and you are turning that sucker way too hard. And so you're either going to cause damage to your hangers, to your shackle links, to your center equalizer, to the springs, to the spring keepers, and you're basically, take the turn a little bit easier. Catch that one for you. You're welcome. And that's pretty much in a nutshell. So if you're ever wondering like, hey, you've got to put the bushing in, you can try to cheat it and put it in, when it's on a coach, when it's hooked up to the axle, but it's still not good to do it that way. As you can see, he's having to use a shackle bolt and using the bushing itself and driving it in. Now, a lot of times when we're replacing this kind of stuff, we are going in and we're removing somebody's leaf springs, and to upgrade them to, say, a wet bolt kit, and then sometimes the bushings would just literally fall and slip right through. So you see how hard it was for him to drive that in and out and get it seated. So when we're checking these out, and he's got to clean these up, but you see how there's that gap right there? So sometimes we call that where the spring is basically lost the eye of it, so it's opened up. So now it's not holding the bushing right, and it's allowing the bushing to be worn. And that's pretty much the same thing as over here. So over here on this center equalizer, you can see that this bushing was never replaced. And there's half the bushing that's left, and there's where it wallered all out. So that could snap off the bolt, as well as it makes it extra jarring. So this particular unit had 10 cracks in the frame. Some of the frames that we've been working on have been cracking on their own naturally for different reasons, but some of them have also been cracking because people are, again, turning the springs and fanning it too hard, not replacing worn out components, not doing their maintenance, having seals on their brakes leak and the brakes not adequately stopping the trailer, which now is making all the things jar back and forth and so on. So anyways, make sure you're keeping up on your maintenance. You want to have your wheel bearings packed at least once a year. They say 12,000 miles, but nobody ever typically does that. More so, we want to make sure that you're not, if you're going to go past that mileage on there, or past that time frame, you take a risk of the seals blowing out. And when it does that, it's going to leak and throw grease all over your brakes. So it's kind of the necessary of two evils. It's do a wheel bearing pack, or don't do the wheel bearing pack, and then when you do come in and we find that the brakes are all saturated, now you're not doing just the wheel bearing pack, you're doing wheel bearing pack and brakes, and then of course if there's anything else wrong with the suspension. So all right, well, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. This is Dustin, your RV Specialist.